All right. For more on this, let's bring in Jacques Reland, who is a senior research fellow at the Global Policy Institute. He joins me now from Paris. Jacques, good to see you. I remember talking to you the night of the second round of the presidential election, and immediately after, we were talking about these parliamentary elections. Now we're here. What's Macron got to lose here?
What he needs to do is to get a majority in order to be able to enact his program, to put his reform program in place. And he can only do it if he has a majority in parliament. The president is all powerful when he is backed by a full majority in parliament. And at the moment, it is not sure whether he will be able to get it. That's the big challenge of this parliamentary election. If he has an outright majority, he will have no problem. But at the moment, it looks like he might only have a relative majority and might need to rely on people from other parties, especially the Republicans on the right, who only poll for about 10% of the vote, but who could be. So it would be for him a bit harmful, definitely, if he doesn't get it.
Let's talk worst case scenario. I mean, you mentioned absolute majority, outright majority. I mean, if that doesn't happen, then there could be a very interesting scenario. And the last time that we saw this in France was about 2 decades ago, cohabitation. I'm wondering what your take is on how things would play out if this happens.
I don't think there will be a cohabitation. Jean-Luc Mélenchon, who has managed to unite all the left-wing parties, even though they have big differences in terms of ideology and program, but he's managed to present one candidate in every constituency. Jean-Luc Mélenchon thinks he could get the majority, and in that case, you would have a cohabitation. But I don't think it is the case. What's going to happen? Most opinion polls, it's very difficult to say, but most opinion polls say that he might get between 155, 190. In order to have a majority, you need 289 seats. So I don't think Mélenchon can get it. But this type of result would guarantee him a very strong group in the assembly, and he would be a very tough opponent. It means that the next 5 years, even if he gets only 150 MPs, and even if Macron has a majority, it means that the debates in the French Parliament will be very lively, and he will have a big platform in order to obstruct the agenda of Emmanuel Macron.
What voting bloc will actually is the kingmaker here, as there is in every election, in terms of whether or not Macron gets this magic 289 or not?
I think if he doesn't get 289, he wouldn't be far from that, but then he would have to rely on the 30, 40 MPs, Republican MPs, you know, the old party of Valérie Pécresse, Nicolas Sarkozy, who is now down in the dumps, but would then have a key role in making sure that votes are won in the parliament, and therefore would force Macron to have a program which is more sensitive to right-wing concerns.
Jacques Reland, always a pleasure talking to you here on TRT World. Thank you very much for your time.